Hello and welcome back to Unreal Multiplayer. Today we'll be going through another very famous map, DmMorbias. And unfortunately it will have to be a team game, because that's how things go. That's unfortunate in that DmMorbias is a very small game, and of course you cannot have a team game without at least 4 players, so I had to put the number of players to at least 3. So oh boy. Well, at least only 2 players will be attacking everyone, and still will have more carnage. And yeah, I still need to set this to 90%. Yeah, everything else is fine. We'll be getting a lot of frags here. Oh boy. So let's start this and also start the music. I decided to play Shared Dig, the action section. Guess it kind of fits the hectic theme of this one. Yeah. Essentially, this is a rocket arena. There is no health here. There are only 8 balls here. Only 8-ball ammo. Oops, sorry. And survival is very unlikely. Wow, we're not really doing that good, but this can change quite easily. Also, in this case, using grenades kind of works in your favor because you can shoot upwards. Like that. Wow, double KO. Whoa, no, go away, go away. I don't want you in my face. There we go. Whoa, what the? Oh, someone else. Okay. Whoa. Well, I'm a 1 hit point wonder, essentially. Yay! And there we go. The EX effect in the side lift places is quite pronounceable here. That's quite good. Oh, that's... Ah. No. Why are bots so suicidal? I killed myself, yay. Whoa. So yeah, that's really all there is to this arena. Not a whole lot. No, go away, go away, go away. There is one interesting thing in this arena, is that there is a sky here, for some strange reason. Ow. Also, this elevator is very slow. What the? No. not very nice. That was not very smart. Wow. Huh. So yeah, I don't really know any interesting strategies for this map, because it's really quite straightforward. Go forward and destroy everyone you see, except if they're on your team. Ah, that. Oh, shooting at the wrong person. I guess being on the second level is a better idea than being on the first one. Also, is a rather good way to practice your rocket launcher skills. Yes. Whoa, I killed nothing. And I killed myself. Yay! Use some more ammo. It's a good thing that the 8-ball allows you to load quite a number of rockets. And when there is a big enough number of enemies in the level, then you can just keep loading those rockets. Whoa, no! No way. Those enemies are way too suicidal. Wow. Destroy by grenade. Ow. Yeah, one different thing that is in Unreal from later Unreal Tournament games is that if you have something loaded in your weapon and you get killed, it's essentially a dud. While in Unreal Tournament games, I think, including the first Unreal Tournament game, you launch everything that you have on death. Which is both realistic and rather useful. Oh, wow. That didn't help me. Well. Also, I don't really like the fact that, unlike in Unreal Tournament, you cannot choose whether your rocket launcher loads. Ah, well, that's one way to deal with enemies. That is not yet. So yeah, you cannot choose whether to load lots of rockets or shoot one after the other. And that can end quite poorly. Because basically, when you choose to shoot only one rocket while holding your button, that means that you fire faster, essentially. But you lose the ability to load up several rockets at the same time. In Unreal Tournament, I always play with it with single shots instead of loading many. Because basically, yeah, the only The only time you need to load more than one rocket is when there are no enemies around, and when there are no enemies around, you are better off using grenades. No, no, no! That was the worst time. Oh, I see a bug in the end files. Oh man. At least we're still doing better than our enemies. Oh, I shouldn't attack my teammates. That's never conducive to victory. Oh. Another double kill. Ah, take that. Ah. Ah. Oh no, enemies with dispersion pistols. Whatever shall I do? Oh, that's a lot of dispersion pistol power-ups to dodge. So yeah, being in the second level is probably a better idea. Also, I wonder how it would go with... Why does my 8-ball launcher lock onto my friends? That makes no sense. Generally, throwing grenades is safer than throwing 8-balls, but it's kind of relative because grenades are less likely to hit your enemies due to the way they arc. Also, it's really annoying when you release a button thinking that you will fire at least 2 rockets, and you end up shooting a single one of those. Ah, nice job. Ah, that worked. That helped. Actually, I wonder how bots decide whether to shoot grenades or rockets. I think it's essentially the same way I did it for my Unreal EULA. Wait, no. They don't shoot rockets. What does? Oh, Unreal Tournament 3 right. Essentially, if bots can see the enemy, then they shoot a rocket. And if they cannot see the enemy, then they shoot a grenade. Yeah, that could be the case. Ow. What the? No! Stay back. I didn't even manage to commit suicide correctly. Right, I need more ammo. Oh, wow, that works magically. That was to be expected. Ah, take that. Okay. Thanks for the lift. Ow. Whoa, no, I need a weapon, I need a weapon. A weapon is needed by me. Ah. There we go. Stay back. Ah. Ooh, why do you start in that place? There are no weapons there. Makes some sense. Also, now we're firmly in the lead. That's... my allies. Oh yeah, another thing you can do is just randomly fire down with the grenades, because, well, you're bound to hit someone sooner or later. Probably later, and probably not on purpose, but... oh, thank you for your patronage. I will use it to destroy you. Also, be careful where you shoot your, grenades, because that happens. When that happens... that was nice. Ow. That was obviously a 3 minutes. Right. Wow, my grenades surely came in handy. What the? Double KO again. I need ammo! Oh, I took out 2 bots. That was kind of silly, but it worked out. That was kind of silly and it didn't work out. Fascinating. Oh no, oh no, go away. There we go. Whoa, what? Who was that? Nice shot. Ow. Yeah, I don't think we'll be losing this match. What? Ow. Annihilated? What? Oh no, I'm out of ammo. No! What the hell are you doing? Yay. So, that was DmMorbias by Misha the Sled Dog. Interesting. I didn't know he was working on that, but... Well, to be fair, I didn't see any other names working on multiplayer maps. Except for Misha the Sled Dog and, of course, Cliff Blashinsky. But, still quite odd. Okay, I scored 75. Ash was still doing better than anyone from the enemy team. Well, I guess that's that. So that will be it for today. See you all next time. Later.